music. But hello, and we're back for another game. And for those of you who recall from a few years ago, actually, it sounds loud. But do you remember the game Broken Minds? It was like a visual novel kind of crime-solving thing with our parents and whatnot, and it was like really cool, like aesthetically. Made by the same people. Also, this is technically a sequel to another game, though. Like, if you play that first game, like, you'll have a better understanding of, like, the world and, like, what's going on here. But this game is in early access. I believe they just released case 4 of 6, so we're gonna see how we do. Right, file 1, file 2, file 3, file 4. Yeah, so there's 6 files, and I believe they just released file 4. But obviously, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be difficult. Let's take a gander at the options. What do we got? Show no transitions, unlock chapters. Oh, could I just be like, kaboom? This will unlock all currently locked content in the game. Honestly, no. I'd like to try myself. Auto time speed, text speed. I'm gonna say this, because some people read fast. There also comes another language, in case you're not aware. So let's just... Files? Yeah, files. Okay, difficulty 2, Vancouver. Chapter 1, nothing was learned. Let's get into it. It's just darkness right now. It was cute. Do I need to click something? Spacebar. Oh, I think you have to click something. Oops. The Game Master, and you are... Is there an auto? Save, history, auto? My name is Larika Downs. How long have you worked as a detective? Probably not long enough. Very well, if you don't want to answer, no worries at all. What is your method of solving crimes? Is that something that is relevant? Yes. It's a method I like to rely on. We'll move on then. But if you continue to be vague and skip too many questions, I can't guarantee that you'll be admitted into the contest. Contest? Oh, she doesn't even know about it. I'm not really interested in being in a contest. Then why did you apply? Apply? This is an interview for applicants for the detective competition. Detective competition? How would that work? Detectives compete to solve mysteries in the hopes of winning $1 million. How else would it work? The mysteries are constructed by criminals. In the final round, if the top detective loses, the criminal gets to walk free. That is the contest you applied for. She does not remember. Does any of that ring a bell? So you're admitting to running what is clearly an illegal contest to my face? That's one way to look at it. There's nothing illegal about it, I assure you. It's not a real crime, maybe? How did you get in here? Through the door? I swear. I thought there'd be something interesting. Seems I was right. The door? All the doors are blocked without proper authorization. The only other way is is through our secret. Yes. Secret tunnel? Secret what? I've changed my mind. I'm interested in your legal contest after all. Oh. File 1, Chapter 1. Nothing was learned. Detective Larika Downs has entered the Canadian detective competition after managing to make it through 3 stages. The 4th stage is about to begin. This is your captain speaking. AKA me, the Game Master. Who's ready for the 4th stage of the wonderful Canadian detective competition? Okay, so that's what the first game is. It's the competition. Oh? Nobody responded. We've been in the airplane for about 7 hours. Stage 1, Stage 2, Stage 3. We've had 3 stages so far, 5 rounds in each stage. We had been told that there were 10 teams in total. Now only 5 remained. Similarly, my team had started off with 10 members. But now we were a team of 5 detectives. Oh, okay, so I got teammates, good. Nice and compact. Nobody feels like saying anything? Not a problem. I won't bother you for much longer. So did they lose or did they lose? We prepared a place for you to rest before tomorrow's mystery. Remember to only disembark when your team's name is called. Why is it quiet now? Oh, now it's loud. I glanced at the curtain divider. For some reason, the entire contest, the teams have been kept hidden from each other. Even though apparently there had been 100 detectives at the start, it had never felt like it. Perhaps it was all a big lie and there had only been 10 detectives. There were no certainties in this contest. I can't speak today, but that's fine. If I wanted to find the truth behind it, I would have to make a move soon. Thanks for flying with mysterious air today. We'll be landing soon. So I had a 15-minute window. The only thing preventing us from simply walking beyond the divider wasn't a thing, it was a person called the attendant who worked for the contest. I'm guessing that's the attendant. And the attendant was fallible. Oh? All detectives remain seated until landing. Sorry, but you can't... Would you hold this for me? Oh, well. What? You again, Downs? I'm very sorry about this. You have one job. One job. It's not my fault. I have 5 people to watch over. Unbelievable. Go back to your station. Very well. It couldn't be right. There should have been more seats behind the divider. Where were the other teams? In their own planes, I'm guessing. So, trying to sneak a look at our premium in-flight coffee machine? An obnoxious smirk stretched wide across the bellhop's face. Another one of the Game Master's staff members. Don't worry. Playing a cool little visual novel, Canadian detective competition game. Kind of like, Danganronpa, I guess.
Like, just lacking animation to be a gorilla video.
Ooh, good point.
The art looks
Good art. Let me just, the other detectives. What are we gonna do tomorrow? I like how she holds her arms. I wonder if those are nicotine patches on her. Oh! Detective Tads. Ever since stage 3's end, he's been meditating. Bellhop had wheeled him into our room on the luggage cart. Okay. Guess this is my team. He'll get up. But if not, I've got modafinil. Oh, I want some. Yes. Everyone does. I hope Mr. Tads will wake up in time. I miss our mild conversations. Would you have been more entertaining on the plane ride than in the in-flight movie? And then that in-flight movie. Oh yeah, that was the worst movie. Man, look at the dog, she's just smiling. We're missing someone else as well. Where's you? She went off to explore Vancouver. She's never been. That's fair. Ah, got it. Neither have I. Have you? Yes. Isn't it nice? I've had experiences in Vancouver before. I think I'll just go to sleep. Smart. Me too. I have to stay up. There's this annoying bug. The procedure has a dummy argument, blah 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 blah. I'm trying to create my own array of detective teams with possible members based on quick mental notes from each round's debrief. Smart. That would be really helpful. Yes, it would, wouldn't it? But it refuses to compile. It's fine though, my brain works better at 3 a.m. Good luck with your efforts. I hear the Russell man, he's just meowing in the distance. Profiles for various poisoners in the contest. Okay. I just need one more mystery with poison and I know at least 3 of the criminals on the other side. Okay. Excellent, good. I wasn't the only one who wanted to get to the truth of the contest. It's interesting how the volume is like, it's low and then loud and then low. That's what it meant to be a team. Oh. Oh, it's a... Oh my goodness, it's a moose head. It's the detectives. The detectives have arrived. Hello, detectives. Welcome. Weren't you just flying us earlier? To Grouse Mountain. Grouse? Grouse? Grouse. Oh, there's another team member. It turned out Tads did not leave his meditative state in time. But his attendance was required, so he'd been wheeled up by the bellhop again. We have a mystery waiting for you. Each team gets 1 hour each, as usual. Please step inside. Okay. I'm glad you showed up, Thew. You really are glad. You mean it. I do. Yes, exactly. I do. With that odd exchange, we headed towards the building. I like how the nails are drawn. I was filled with a justifiable amount of confidence. You got a good team. After all, we had gotten this far, right? Solid team. With this team and our skills, I love that there's a sign that says, "Welcome, detectives." Who has to say we couldn't win the contest? As soon as we stepped inside, the first round of stage 4 began. Complete chapter 1. Yay! How many chapters are there in a file? Oh! The Wolf's Meal. After staying overnight in Vancouver, Team Tads has taken the location of the first round of stage 4. The mystery is about to begin. The Game Master was a mysterious character. Though his voice was heavily filtered, his words were not. He almost had too much personality. It wasn't what you would expect an impartial host of a contest to have. Let's see if I can increase this just a little. Right, just a little. And maybe sound I bring down and music I leave. Feels like keeps jumping from like being like quiet at like -35, then it jumps with like a random ping to like -10. So I'm like, oh, also yeah, we should save. Just, you know, I hope you're all comfortable. It costs a lot of money to rent this place out. Where are we? Oh, we're on Grouse Mountain ceiling. You want to know how much? It will shock you. I appreciate it. This is pretty cool. V in their jacket? Why, thank you. Compile, compile, compile. Damn it! Somebody stop me from hurling this computer out the window! I swear, I'll do it. I will do it. This mystery is called The Wolf's Meal. Dog food? Is that the solution? Did I just solve it? Struce. The solution is not dog food. Here is the case file. Wolf's Meal. Investigate the crime scene to fill in the summary. As always, find clues and interview suspects to fill it in. Okay. Examine the victim to create the autopsy report. Okay. Best of luck to you, detectives. I hope you have a really fun time. Thanks, Moosehead. Thanks, Game Master. Talk to you later. Alright, I give up. It's time to solve the mystery. Look at my ragtag team of detectives. I'm just on break. Right. Did you want to take charge of this investigation, View? Since our team leader is out at the moment. There's no need to ask, Larika. You don't want to? You want to do it yourself. So do it. Well, I won't argue. Let's get to work, team. Alright, let's see how this works out. Ooh, okay, just click stuff. So they record everyone passing by the ticket checkpoint for security. That'd be useful footage to have. Probably in that security booth over there. Yes, please. When you're... You guys are too cute. You're scuffling? You're so cute! This is cute, just seeing his little paw, just... You guys are adorable. A small locked security booth. It was time to bust down the door with a well-placed... Perhaps you should return to this later. Oh, okay. I guess I'm not gonna kick it down. If you insist. Dang it, I'm so ready. Clock says it's 3:01 p.m. I'm impressed you can read analog. It's not that impressive. Evidence added. Grouse Mountain, eh? Is it grouse or grouse? Grouse. Canada.
It felt like mouse, so I'm gonna say grouse.
Grouse, okay. Alright, finish our initial assessment of the scene. But there was still more to discover. What we'll do is, with the help of our methods. Each member of the team brought their own unique signature approach. I'm an expert tracker, pinpointing the origins and locations of objects and people through clues in the surrounding environment. Okay. To simply know the entire travel history of every item and person of interest in a case is often all you need to solve it. That's impressive. That is my method. Okay, so that's what you do. Oh, and Denine was a toxologist and a general practitioner, but is also a detective. Poisonous substances, medicine, and autopsies were her specialty. Should go find the body. She had to poison herself. What? In a stupefied state, she is able to quickly arrive at the answer. I don't know if that's nothing to do. That was her method. Struce was a cryptologist and programmer. Computers and codes couldn't hide any secrets from her. The answer to the mystery was like a password to be cracked. That was her method. I've never actually seen Tads use his method. Okay. Is it just meditating? That was because it took too much time. Oh. Still, he had a powerful mind. Tads. That made him a great team leader when he wasn't meditating, at least. We're here. Yu's method was the best way to quickly assess the scene. Oh, like the eyeballs. Her impressive visual thinking abilities enabled her to imagine the crime scene at every possible angle. Nice. She was always the first one to find clues we had missed. Being a team leader meant knowing who was the best fit for any given task. And now it fell to me to delegate. Decode codes and hack into devices. Meditate. Discover more evidence of the scene. Determine a piece of evidence origins. Identify toxic. I'm gonna say discover more evidence because maybe there's a key card. Now to get a better view. Ooh. Navigate the crime scene map by clicking on the arrow keys. Search the scene with your mouse to find icons in relevant areas and click them. Once you found all the eyes, the submit button will appear. Oh, you have to hover your mouse over stuff. Okay. Eyes find. Okay. Oh, I see this is a top-down. One more. Oh, there we go. Submit. Thanks, View. B. I'm so sorry I messed up your name. Now we have a more complete idea of the scene. Yes. Okay, what do we got? What do we got? Ooh, this. Lambo Cream? It appeared to be a container of something called Lambo Cream, elbow moisturizer, made in Canada. There was no list of ingredients anywhere to be found on the label. Prototype, for testing only. Is that the L'Oreal font? Which of my teammates could tell me something about this? Lambo Cream? Probably her. But then again, origins, right? Need a bit more information to use my method. It's outside with poisons. Time to explore the crime scene. No! Wait! No, come back. My bad. Okay. Toxins. Down the hatch! That's right, she takes the poisons to figure them out. Click the floating to identify them, clicking more. Oh, okay, I need to read better. Clicking the floating toxin chemical compounds to identify them. Clicking more than the 3 non-toxic chemicals results in a restart. Hold on. Oh, thank you. I'm trying to learn what they want me to do. Non-toxic compounds. Okay, so don't click those. That's what they're saying. Don't click these. There we go. Toxins identified. This detective is interesting. She has to ingest the poison to figure out the poison. Oh. Look at those toe beans. I just want to kiss them. She's having a great time. I have determined this item contains toxic substances. Formaldehyde, ethanol, dihydrochloride, ethanol diaminotetrace acid. The amount of toxins in this cream are enough to cause skin rashes or death if ingested. Gross. Thanks. Anytime. Kudos to her. Let's see. Well, I do need something for my elbows. Sure, she's not the right person for the job. Okay. Maybe now? I need a bit more information to use my method. Okay, so whatever information we get, we should be able to... What about him? He was still meditating. Okay. Perspective? Many sides to see. Bill really can be useful with this. Well, then let's leave, because we already got that. Still need the key code for that. Oh, hello? Who are you? Maybe there's poison in these sodas. Canada wet instead of Canada dry? Okay. Want me to check? No. You've had enough poison for one day. Aww. Okay. Can't talk to you yet. A leather bag was placed at the dummy's feet. It was probably meant to belong to her. Empty. You guys gonna be okay reading on your own while I eat my breakfast? Alright, let's see. She's like, I just got here for the rides. Please proceed to the Skyway Terminal before your allotted boarding time to board right away. I'm gonna say, her being like, I just got here. I'm like, your things, your tickets. Evidence selected, evidence needed. I mean, could I select both? She says she only just got here. The piece of evidence we found just proves otherwise. This? Okay, so don't do extra. Don't do extra. You claim you just arrived? Nice one, Larika. The tickets? Thanks for reminding me. Time for my next ride. See you later, detectives. Brother, the teeth? Spooky. It works. Evidence needed. It's not time for your next ride. Your tickets are for 1:15 and 1:45, and it's 3:01. You got me. But I'm late for something else. I must be going, really. There are plenty of other witnesses. There's really nothing about me that should capture your interest. I'm just your average person. Nothing special about me. This is evidence needed. I don't know, do I grab both of these? Just an average person who has the same name as a cream in their purse. What's your connection to this cream? I guess an average person doesn't have a cream named after them. No, they don't. I can see why you may have questions. I will assist your investigation. Oh yeah, now we're talking. But she's the one talking? Oh. It's an expression. How are we, all detectives? The button on Mrs. Lamb's chest lit up. We could now meet her properly. What's this? Mrs. Lamb, an entrepreneur at your service. I hate Sundays. I love muffins. And I'm the CEO of a new start company. Lambo cream for your elbows. It's gonna change the world. Okay. Why does every entrepreneur I meet say that? You're just meeting the wrong people. Well, that's probably true, yes. Right, this. It's dreadful. When I went back up, I found Mrs. Wolf dead. She was dead. That's all we have to work with, I guess. Okay, dead. I arrived at about 1 p.m. When I found the body, it must have been maybe 2 p.m. A lot can happen in an hour. Like murder. That's what I was implying, yes. Now that we're probably met Mrs. Lamb, we could ask her about evidence in the case file. I'm not sure there's any evidence to ask about her yet. Fair. Haven't already talked about this. Let's come back later. Yes. And then I was really starting to worry me. She's doing great. Okay, so come back later. I imagine we go talk to this other witness now. No, he's still locked. Maybe this? The door to the security booth was locked with a fingerprint reading and a keypad. Is it time to hack? Maybe one of my teammates could help with this. Hacking. I can crack this wide open. Rotate the tumblers by clicking them. The code is entered from the outside in. Click the Wi-Fi icon to hack the target's computer and discover the code. Desktop. Passwords. Admin passwords for cam footage. List of 25 years. Bonafide. And it's 2017. So we could hope that maybe this was thrown away today. Give me a calculator here. 2017 minus 25. It's today. That's 10-6. So let's try 10. Oh no, they go by year, so let's try. Oh, wait, I'm thinking 92. My bad, I did this wrong. Right, 92. Right, and then 10:06. Let's go! Hacking's really that simple, eh? Just lucky that he threw the trash can, threw that card away on the same day he got it. That lock was created for the contest by the game master, right? Like, it's gonna be somewhat easy. That's why it was simple. I see. Juice, don't you know you're supposed to say, I'm in, after you hack something? Hello. I'm trying to be a walking stereotype. Yeah, it's really good. I'm married to you too, Russell. Yeah. Meowy man. I'll say it next time. Good. Alright. Security booth was now open. Let's get in here. Cake? Apparently it's the 25th birthday of one of the security guards. Oh, he was a youngin'. What an anniversary. Cam drive. Need your hacking tools. I unlocked the security camera footage with the passwords I found in the computer. Ooh, leave that auto on. And I will use it just a little bit. Let's review it. That doesn't look like the suspects. So it must be the victim. Okay. She's holding a ski bag. There's Mrs. Lamb boarding the sky ride at 1:15. Appears so. So Mrs. Lamb came back at 1:30. Got it. She didn't mention that before. She should have. What are we gonna do? It means that there was actually less time for her to murder Mrs. Wolf, right? Right. Let's make sure to ask her about this footage. The other suspect, right? 134. He went up at 135. Mrs. Lamb went back up at 145. I'm very confused. Still feeling the effects of the poison? Yes. She's great. Finally, some solid evidence. I had a feeling this footage was the key to solving the mystery. Evidence added. Alright, let's go talk to her. Ah, you found it. God, you're terrifying. Just a little more. I was looking for the person I was going to meet to cancel our meeting. That was quite a delay, but okay. If she just said this before, she would have been much less suspicious. I had nothing else to ask Mrs. Lamb. It still takes minutes, so let's write after P. Except perhaps for some of her cream. Can I talk to him now? Okay, now we can talk to him. I'm not the murderer. Please don't send me to prison. Okay. Just leave me alone. I can't do that, sir. I'm so sorry. He really doesn't want to talk, huh? Don't worry. He'll warm up to us. After we counter his lies with evidence. There were 2 items on the dummy's person. Evidence added. Thanks. Evidence added. I collected them. Feel free to go away now. If only. If only. You won't be getting my name or what I do. But we got the evidence. Okay. Interrogation. Mr. Cabbage. I love that. Let's see. I'm a CEO. I arrived. I found Mrs. Wolf. Security footage. Came back. Mr. Cabbage's skyride ticket. Carried Cabbage. Business card. Shows that he's an investor. Okay, well, here we go. How about this? The new piece of evidence I got told me his name. What? That new piece of evidence I got told me was his name? Your card says Harry Cabbage. And it says you're an investor. Oh. Oops. How'd you find that? Literally on you? Well, it doesn't matter. I was just here for a meeting, not with anyone involved in the crime. Evidence selected. Right here. Here. Maybe? Ah, dang it. You know, you can submit more than one piece of evidence, right? Yes. Statements by other suspects, pieces of evidence as well. Right, because she's a CEO at a startup company, so let me try this again. There was a connection between the 2 suspects. Yes, I'm assuming he wanted to invest in her new lotion company. Okay, so let me try again. So, business, CEO, Lambo cream? Right, like you want to invest in the Lambo cream. Dang it. Miss Lambos, and they have met each other. Perhaps I could pin him down. CEO. I arrived at 1. Investor. No? Right, Mr. Cabbage's car. I am the CEO of the company. Maybe the meeting? Oh, there we go. So you're an investor. And Mrs. Lamb is a CEO who happened to find the body. And she happened to cancel a meeting today that she was going to have right here at Grouse Mountain. There's still a lot of dead air. All right, put it on the next E. You put 2 and 2 together, huh? Fine, I'll admit it. Still, there's no reason to be suspicious of me. She was found dead before I arrived here. I want to say the ticket and the footage? Dang it. That was quite the lie. Especially when I had 2 pieces of evidence that definitely disprove it. Right, definitely security footage. When did he show up? He shows up at 1:34. I found Mrs. Wolf dead at 2 p.m. There we go. Don't lie to me. Your ticket is for 1:35 and Mrs. Wolf was found dead at 2. Why did they kill Mrs. Wolf? Alright. I am a bit suspicious. I love that you just admit you're like, I am a little suspicious. Yeah, I'll say. Seems like I can't hide anything from you. Alright, we're gonna speed it up again. Very well. I'll talk. You did it, Larika! Girl, we need to help you. We all did. We're a team. The buttons on Mr. Cabbage's chest lit up. I like his coat. I like it. It's pretty cool. We can now meet him properly. Alright. I'm Mr. Cabbage. I hate long walks on the beach. Oh, and I'm an investor. Hi, Ruby. I'm gonna speed it up again because it feels like it just takes so long. And I'm new to this whole investing thing. I'm new to it. Oof. I was just here to have a meeting with Mrs. Lamb up at the observatory. It's a restaurant at the top of the mountain. Her favorite place to eat. Why does it feel like it's longer now? If I just do maths. Also, we should save. Sounds like he's met with her before. Yeah. Alright, someone 6 Mississippi, some are 3 Mississippi. Apparently someone was murdered at the mountaintop. Horrible. But I didn't see it happen. Anyway, my meeting was cut short, and that is horrible too. Evidence added. Thanks, Mr. Cabbage. He sounds more sad about the meeting than the murder. Compassionate. Suspicious. I agree. Very suspicious. Alright, time. I got here exactly at 1:30. Evidence added. I remember because I thought I missed my meeting, so I checked my watch. I might have better luck clicking versus leaving on auto. Makes sense. We asked Mr. Cabbage everything there was to ask. Okay. We investigated the scene. The CEO of a startup company, a fresh-faced investor, and a murdered woman at the top of the mountain. I think we should meet the victim to this case, don't you? Cool summary. I liked it. Good job. Thank you. You feel like the true leader of this team. Well, I wouldn't say that. You would think it. I wouldn't say it. Is it skyride time? It's skyride time. Oh no. So far, we're all well within the 1-hour deadline. I looked at Tads for any signs of life. He was completely still. We'd only tried to snap him out of meditation once. He'd been pretty upset. I wanted to avoid that happening again. But we could wind up with no other option. Complete chapter 2? Okay. It's only logic. After meeting the suspects of the case, Team Tads prepares to meet the victim who was murdered at the top. The final investigation is about to begin. Okay. Look at us go. Pretty nifty. So, what happened to the rest of my team? Because if we were a team of 10 detectives, what happened? Do I need to click? Do I need to move? It was a scenic ride, but none of us were appreciating the scenery. Struce was glued to her computer, cursing and typing. Anodyne was breathing heavily in the corner. She looked like she'd been poisoned, because she had been, by herself. Biwa was facing the wall. Let me just do this real quick. And apparently even this impressive sight was not enough for Tads to come to. Let's see what look at that. Going on this sky ride was a mistake. This code is such a mess. Maybe I should give up. You're both complaining a lot. Don't feel down, everyone. After all, we're going up. Nobody laughed. So Detective Downs is going up? Ah! What? Why was it funny now? It was the same exact joke. Get me to the victim as soon as you can. You look bad. I think my dosage was off. What did you take this time? Strychnine. It's my favorite poison. Should we be concerned? No worries. I'm a medical professional. The sky ride reached the top. The short ride had felt like a month of Sundays. After you. You're team leader. I insist. No, you first. Fine, you first, Struce. No, after you. Really, you first. I insist. I'm sorry. She ran past us out of the sky ride towards the nearby restaurant. How rude of her. Without Anodyne's help with the autopsy report, we could be in trouble. But the time limit was an even greater issue. So I decided we should press on without her. Looks like this is a good open space. Time to call my teammates' assistants. Let's perspective. Now to get a better view. Right. Let me. Oop. Almost hidden. Oh. Eyeball. There we go. Got it. There's something by the edge of the woods. Worth investigating. Got it. His head. Alright, investigate. The Game Master speaker. It didn't seem like he was going to help us out. Oh, okay. The Grouse Mountain Skyride. It left every 15 minutes. It took about 5 minutes to reach the top of the mountain. Mrs. Wolf's ticket. Paper is wet from the snow, but still legible. Confirms the date from the camera footage, 12:15. It could be beneficial to use my method on the ticket, but I needed more information first. I'll have to return to it later. Maple? There's a ski bag she was carrying. No signs of skis. Interesting. Looks like a contract. Yes, it's an agreement for Mrs. Wolf to buy 40% of the shares of Lamb's Cream Co. She was faster at reading than I was. It hasn't been signed yet. Guess Mr. Cabbage isn't the only investor. Guess he was like, I want 40%. Is this your muffin, V? No. It's mine! Definitely evidence. Aw. There's a label on the bottom that says the observatory. That's the restaurant over there. Cabbage mentioned it. Right. It's also where Anna and I had run off to. Hopefully she was okay. Origin of the muffins? The track. It made in one of the nearby restaurants. Evidence ad. Apparently that was good for the muffin. Looks like we have to do a bit of digging. V crouched down and quickly swept the heavy snow aside. In no time at all, the dummy had been uncovered. That's a lot of blood. Yes. The victim's dummies could not speak, for obvious reasons. However, this was clearly Mrs. Wolf. Stabbed in the chest with a ski pole. Okay. Let's try again. Mrs. Wolf tickets. There might be more information. Pin. Tracing the origin. To find the password and the most likely for the point of origin. That wasn't right. Saved screenshot. This ticket must have come from Mrs. Wolf. It was her ticket after all. I don't know why we did a screenshot all of a sudden, but okay. Notes. I've determined the origin of the ticket. We investigated the scene. Our case file is now complete. All the evidence has been found. The suspects have been interviewed. The victim has been examined. But because Anodyne is gone, we don't have the autopsy report. That means we'll need to figure it out ourselves. But none of us are experienced with that. We'll give her a chance to catch up with us later. It's time to figure this mystery out. Stress nodded. You looked less convinced. Mystery stage. Each round had a special place to submit deductions called the mystery stage. I admit I was heading there a bit prematurely, but I didn't want to stand out in the cold any longer. The others followed me as we stepped inside. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Everything you say from this point on will be monitored and recorded. Once you have stated your solution, say submit deduction. I only consider the revised version of deduction, so if you got something right and changed it later, that's on you. You have 20 minutes to submit the deduction. Begin whenever you wish. You should wait for Anodyne first. I'm worried we won't have enough time. There's nothing to figure out right now. If this is really all the evidence, then there's no way to solve the crime. Well, perhaps that's a good place to start. Tell me why you think so. Are you sure all of the evidence has been found? Ooh. There's no way of knowing who the murderer was. Mr. Cabbage and Mrs. Lamb were both at the crime scene. They're probably gonna say, they both did it. But there's nothing that points to that. Nothing points to Mrs. Lamb and Mr. Cabbage working together. Theory unsolvable. Well, hold on. There's the footage, right? And then... Right, I came back down at 1:30 to look for him. I got here exactly at 1:30. So they would have run into each other. Perhaps you should have taken the time to put more thought into that, eh? Oh? You're right. Mrs. Lamb said she didn't see him, which would make sense if he boarded a Skyride at the same time she did, but he clearly went up after she come down. Isn't it strange? Her meeting was for 1:30, and he arrived within 5 minutes and boarded the Skyride in plain view. How could she not spot him? Was she staring at the wall? I think she's lying. Okay, so maybe she met with him. However, that doesn't prove they were working together. It just makes Mrs. Lamb suspicious. We don't know why she would lie about meeting Mr. Cabbage. There's no reason for her to do so. I think it's the contract, right? Because she was about to give away 40%. Right? Perhaps you should have taken the time to put more thought into that, eh? Nice. Should I have? Remember the contract? I don't get it. The contract wasn't signed, so it's perfectly fine for her to meet with Mr. Cabbage to discuss other options, right? Exactly, it wasn't signed. Therefore, Mrs. Wolf and Mrs. Lamb were about to sign it, which means their talks must have been at their closing point. And yet, Mrs. Lamb had scheduled a meeting with Mr. Cabbage, another investor. I see. You're right, Larica. It's suspicious. But Mrs. Lamb doesn't have a motive, right? She was about to close a deal with Mrs. Wolf. Why would she kill her? There's no motive for Mrs. Lamb. She was about to close the deal. Is it the cream because it's poisonous? Like, it's toxic, right? It's bad. So that's why she was gonna not be an investor. Lambo cream, you think you have a point? I do think I have a point. Remember, Anodyne told us that this cream is full of toxic substances. Do you really think anyone would buy this product? I wouldn't. It's gross. You're right. Yes, so if Mrs. Wolf found out about how many toxins were in her product, she would have backed out, right? A big investor like her would have scared away all the others. In summary, my thinking is Mrs. Wolf confronted Miss Lamb with her concerns about the product when she arrived. Mrs. Lamb had planned for this and lined up Mr. Cabbage for a meeting afterwards just in case. But Mrs. Wolf threatened to tell him and everyone else, so Mrs. Lamb killed her. They were all stunned by my brilliant deduction. That sounds about right? Yes. But there's just one thing. Mrs. Lamb didn't really have time to kill Mrs. Wolf, did she? The sky ride takes about 5.5 minutes. Mrs. Lamb went up at 1:15 and came back down at 1:30. So she had like 3 minutes at most? Was there really enough time to be confronted by Mrs. Wolf, take her over to the secluded area and pierce her with the ski pole? Didn't have time to kill Mrs. Wolf. She only had 3 minutes at the most. Well, remember what she said about the toxins? If you eat it, it could be a problem. With a bite taken out, a label shows it was from the nearby restaurant. I think she put the cream on the muffin. She put the cream on the muffin! Do this and adjust. The muffin? The muffin man. How does that have anything to do with what I said? She put the cream on the muffin, which gross. Wearing a hat in this, not a good combo. Well, Mrs. Lamb may not have had enough time to stab someone. Wow, this is... But she could offer them a muffin. Alright, let's get out. You think it was poisoned? How can you the muffin wasn't poisoned, but as we've established, Lambo cream is full of toxins, and it looks a lot like frosting. Oh, ew, no, I don't like this. Yes, she spread the Lambo cream on a muffin, gave it to Mrs. Wolf, and bought herself some time. Then she went back up and found that Mrs. Wolf hadn't died. That's when she stabbed her. That muffin has no cream on it. So, that's because the muffin we found belongs to Mrs. Lamb. She got herself a muffin too, but a non-frosted one. Mrs. Wolf ate her entire poison muffin. That was the wolf's meal. Taking a muffin for yourself as well would seem less suspicious. It's convincing. I don't know. I'd like to have the autopsy report first. Well. Hey, buddy. I can help with that. Anodyne. I was able to purge a majority of the strychnine from my system. Don't tell me more, please. I've examined the victim. Here's the autopsy report. The owner of the startup called was a grouse. Mr. Cabbage, Mrs. Lamb discovered. Is it this? Cause of death unclear. Time of death 1 to 2. Victim was stabbed with a sharp pointed object, resulting in severe hemorrhaging. Victim shows signs of having been poisoned. Autopsy confirmed by the Mrs. Lamb. Ooh, the fingies. Oh, okay. That's cool. Does this help? Yes. Thank you, Anodyne. One more thing. The muffin at the scene wasn't poisoned, right? The muffin in the snow? No, it was free of any poisons or toxins. Then I believe everything's been accounted for. You laid out a plausible scenario. Let's submit it then. Submit! Wait a second. Something didn't feel right. I had to find out, because if I didn't ask now, I'd probably regret it. I like to put the pieces together quickly, but sometimes that means I rush things. If I wasn't careful, that could be my undoing. Submit! Wait a second, something didn't feel right. I had to find out, because if I didn't ask, I probably would regret it. Oh, what? But sometimes that means I rush things. Wait. was a bit too good to be true, just in case. Anodyne, do you know what poison was in the victim's system? It's a funny coincidence. Just like me, Mrs. Wolf had also been poisoned with a small dose of strychnine. So it's easy for me to recognize. Poison and stab. They really wanted to make sure she was dead. Lycra, strychnine wasn't in the Lambo cream. This is not ideal. The game master was a bit lenient about our solutions. We couldn't get a detail wrong. We could get a detail wrong and he wouldn't mind. However, if she didn't use Lambo cream, then maybe I was wrong about how toxic it was. And if I was wrong about that, then the rest of my theory fell apart. Maybe my entire theory did rest on Lambo cream after all. There's someone breathing behind me. It's him. Tads was back. Ooh, chapter 3. What you got, Tads? File 1, Chapter 4. Are you useless? Detective Downs thought she'd come up with the right solution to the mystery until Anodyne's autopsy revealed a huge problem with her theory. But with Tads awake, they might have a chance to turn around. The final deduction is about to begin. Okay. A few times I talked to Tads, he'd impressed me with his insights. I wondered what fascinating knowledge he would share. Maybe he could turn this around. He's, alas, meditating again. Oh well, back to the matter at hand. Laraika, your theory. I know, maybe it could still be defended. This doesn't change much. Anodyne's sacrifice helped prove it. Even if it wasn't spread with the cream, Mrs. Lamb still had a motive to kill Mrs. Wolf. You don't see the difference, huh? As I said, there is no difference, just a different poison. If she had access to strychnine, then why would she come back at 2 p.m. and stab her? She could have just killed her with a higher dose of strychnine. B was using my own tactics against me. Perhaps it was to create an alibi. No, it only makes her look more suspicious. She should have killed her, then simply left and let Mr. Cabbage discover the body. Every murderer knows never to return to the scene of the murder unless absolutely necessary. Maybe Mrs. Lamb is not just a very good murderer? Maybe. Even I wasn't buying my own words. Wasn't there anything I could do? Once upon a time? Excuse me? There was a farmer who purchased a wolf, a lamb, and a cabbage at the market. But returning home, he came across a river. God, I love their names. In his little boat, he could only take one of his items across with him. But if he left the wolf with the lamb, the wolf would eat it. And if he left the lamb with the cabbage, the lamb would eat it. So, how could he safely carry all 3 of his items to the other side? Oh, I've heard this one before. Wolf, lamb, cabbage. Exactly. This entire mystery contains a massive hint. The game master is practically telling us the solution. Well, the solution to that particular puzzle doesn't fit here, I know. Sounds like you have a theory. I do. Then let's hear it. Consider it this way. Laraika must be wrong, because the lamb cannot eat the wolf. The lamb cannot eat the wolf. So, cabbage? I think that when I do consider it, you are actually wrong, because if Mrs. Lamb didn't kill Mrs. Wolf, then you're trying to suggest Mr. Cabbage did. But following your own logic, Mr. Cabbage cannot eat Mrs. Wolf. He's a cabbage. You're thinking too literally. I invite you to consider the relation between the components of the puzzle. Wolf eats lamb, lamb eats cabbage. Wolf and cabbage are neutral. They do not care about one another, right? Right. He doesn't care, so he has no motive. But what if something did make Mr. Cabbage care? Like what? You said it yourself earlier, the contract. If Mr. Cabbage overheard Mrs. Lamb and Mrs. Wolf talking, he'd know that Mrs. Wolf was about to become a huge shareholder in the company. Discussing the contract, which gives him a motive. Again! Apparently I'm just making things. I mean, he got here at 1:30, right? So he overheard them? Right? That's it? Okay. Cabbage arrived at exactly 1:30 and didn't go up till 1:35. That's after Mrs. Lamb and Mrs. Wolf met, which would have been around 1:20. So he would not have overheard them? Exactly 1:30? Think about it this way. If Mr. Cabbage is the killer, then it puts all his statements into doubt. We have no solid evidence that he arrived at 1:30. Hold on a second. Who cares about his statement? What about the camera footage? That's better proof than any statement. Are you sure about that? You're the one who said the keypad to the security booth was simple, and we weren't given all the footage. The skyride doesn't start running at an odd time like 12. Okay, true, but Mr. Cabbage is still clearly in this footage going up. He can't have gone up without also coming down, right? So are you saying he tampered with the timestamp? Still clear in this footage, are you saying he tampered with the timestamp? and then it becomes 1:15. Did he mess with the clock or the... No, the clock confirms the exact time. He would have had to change both the clock and the timestamp. It's too much to assume. Oh, now there's too much to assume. Fine, let's start over then. Mr. Cabbage is still clearly in this footage going up. But he can't have gone up without also coming down. Are you saying he also erased the footage of himself coming down? Mrs. Wolf arrived at the top of the mountain at about 12:06 and Mrs. Lamb at about 1:21. According to your theory, he heard them speaking about the contract. He would need to come back down after that. There are 5 minutes between when Mrs. Lamb boards the skyride to leave the mountaintop and we see him board one to go up. The skyride takes 5.5 minutes. And then you're saying he broke in and erased some footage? He simply didn't have enough time to go all the way back down the mountain. Didn't have enough time to go all the way back down to the mountain. Theory, there and back. Was he on the mountain? On the mountain. You may want to reconsider your premise. There's a piece of evidence we've never talked about, the ski bag. We know it was full when Mrs. Wolf went up because of the footage, but now it's empty and the only thing left is the ski pole. Wait, you mean... Yes, she does. Got it, Larika. He skied down the mountain. No need for him to erase any more footage. See. I'm on board with this theory now. Oh, I thought he hid in a bag. You need to rethink something. There's a problem. A killer never returns to the scene of the murder without a good reason. Mr. Cabbage went back up at 1:35. What was the reason? Why did he return? Is it because of a muffin? Oh god, is it really because of the muffin? What if he was there to plant the muffin at the scene? It feels sloppy for the killer to leave behind, right? After all, we never would have suspected poison was involved in the case if it hadn't been there. And Anodyne told us it was not poison. I think it was planted to throw us off. That muffin is not the muffin Mrs. Wolf ate. Mr. Cabbage forgot to put it there the first time. That's why he returned. That is plausible. Sorry to do this, Lycra, but there's something. Go ahead. We've been assuming he poisoned and stabbed her at the same time to really make sure she was dead. But as you were talking, I realized that the body was found buried in the snow. I hadn't been there when you discovered it, you see, so I thought it had been left in the open air. If she was buried in snow, the poison dissolves slower. That changes my estimation of when she was poisoned to be slightly earlier. From 1 to 2 to 12 to 1. Dang it. Okay. Disproven! God. Okay. Okay. Team Tads. The 20 minutes are up. You will have to submit your deduction now, or I'll kick you out of the contest. Sorry. Crap, just when I thought we had it. I'd have to improv my way to the answer. You can do it, Larika. If you think so, then I do as well. Yeah. Can I say it real quick? I'm gonna just... Give me one of these, just in case. Please, tell me I didn't just ruin everything. You might have, it's fine. I could do it. You're ready to submit? I am. Great, I would love to hear your team's solution. Mr. Cabbage arrived early, let's say 11:45. Oh! Oh, I don't know what I just clicked. He was planning to kill Mrs. Lamb with the cream? No, the muffin. That's why he came back. The muffin. Poison muffin, which he was later going to swap with a non-poison muffin. However, when he got there, he saw that a big-time investor was waiting for someone too. You're Mrs. Wolf, right? When he asked her about it, Mrs. Wolf told him too much. She even talked about that. So he decided to poison her instead. This is the strychnine? Instead of the person he was waiting to meet. So leaving Mrs. Wolf heaving, he quickly left the scene using some stolen equipment from the bag. Mrs. Lamb arrived and bought a ticket. But when she got to the top, she actually never met the person she was going to meet, which was Mrs. Wolf. Who was Mrs. Wolf? Who was Mrs. Wolf? Not Mr. Cabbage, as we assumed. Meanwhile, Mr. Cabbage had snuck into the security booth and finished erasing the footage of himself arriving. But then he realized he'd forgotten to plant the unpoisoned muffin at the scene, so he went back up again. Assuming this one? Once he got there, though he was horrified to discover, Mrs. Wolf was not dead yet, convulsing on the ground from the poison. So he finished the job with the ski pole. By stabbing her with the ski pole, finally he went to cut a deal with Mrs. Lamb about her product, which is the cream. Unfortunately, their meeting was cut short when someone discovered the body. I think that covers everything. Interesting. But is there any way to prove Mr. Cabbage was there earlier? Game Master raised a good point. There wasn't actual definitive proof, but maybe there was a piece of evidence that could lead to a finding proof if investigated. Yes. Mr. Cabbage purchased something at the nearby restaurant. The odd piece of evidence that he was going to use that to divert suspicion. Muffin. By looking at the receipt for the muffin, you can confirm he was there earlier. Right? Like, it's kind of what we just talked about, but it makes sense. Final score, superb. Incorrect confrontations, incorrect futations, incorrect deductions, skipped theories. You can skip theories? Hey, congrats, Team Tads. Looks like you did it. Oh, yay. The lights around the mystery stage shut off one by one. I could hear Struss sighing loudly beside me. This was definitely not my favorite part of solving the mystery either. Yes, it was me. I murdered Mrs. Wolf. My entire savings are riding on making a life-changing investment. I had planned to kill Mrs. Lamb to become the sole owner of Lamb's Creams until I met Mrs. Wolf. If Mrs. Wolf got to her first, she would have had a massive stake in the company. I couldn't risk it. Lambo Cream will hit it big. I had to have it all. If only the body hadn't been discovered so quickly. My life was gonna change. Cabbage! Lamb? Where have you been? I was trying to tell you. My cosmetic notification form was just rejected by Health Canada. It has too many toxic components. It cannot be approved for sale. What? Are you telling me I did all this for nothing? Did what? I guess murder is bad. The lights came back on and the actors left the stage. The Game Master played an applause sound effect. It lasted a very long time. Now that was the real acting. She wiped a tear from her cheek. I'm glad you loved it. Did you know that I have a way of ranking these mysteries by difficulty? This mystery was rated 1 star. Oh no. I see. The hardest difficulty. No. I'm afraid 1 star is the easiest difficulty. What? Don't worry about it. You figured it out in the end, even if it took the whole hour. Let's see how you did. Strauss was eyeing the screens intensely. Team Pemmican, Team Boniri, Team Tads, Team Sleepyhead, Team Amazing Team. Oh. Stage 4 round 1 ranking. Okay. 2nd place. Not bad. Time's up on this mystery. We've hacked into a solution. The answer was seen and appraised. The problem has been cured. Perfect trace to the conclusion. Little catchphrases. That's very nice. So, let me tell you more about this round. The theme for this round is usefulness. You will now be tasked to vote who, in your team, is the most useless. Detective Downs, you first. I couldn't hear you over the sound effects. Oh, sorry. Vote here. Thanks. I stepped into the booth. Who is the most useless? The Game Master always made us vote in one of these odd polls after each round. But this one was more malicious than usual. The most useless member of the team? The greatest strength of our team was that everyone had a purpose. That hadn't been true before, but as each stage whittled us down, I truly believe that every single member of the team was contributing. but abstaining was not an option. Who to vote for? Could I vote for myself? I was surprised to find I could vote for myself. You voted for Larika! But it was the best answer I could give. I didn't want to sell out my teammates. And it was true. I hadn't been at peak performance. I almost submitted an incorrect deduction. Still, I got there eventually, and I'd helped guide the team, but it was too late. I'd already cast the vote. I left the booth and waited as the others went in, one by one. It didn't take long. A very interesting answer to my very interesting question. Thanks! You can share your answers with each other or not. Up to you. Please depart in the Skyride within the next 5 minutes so that the next team will not be disturbed. Bye now. Phew, I'm so relieved. Me too. How are you feeling, Anodyne? I'll need to take additional measures back at the hotel room. I won't get into the details. Too bad your code's not finished, Struce. But I hope you took down the other team's stats. My voice trailed off as I realized she was smirking. Heh. My code has worked since yesterday. I was just saying that to throw off the Game Master. Since you know, he's always listening. So that's why you kept complaining. You weren't just being annoying after all. Yeah, every time I'm being annoying in the future, you can assume it's because I have a secret agenda. Good to know. Oh, you forgot to say, I'm in. So say it. You want to say it now, yes? I didn't hack into anything, though. Writing a program isn't the same as hacking. You know that, right? Of course. This means we'll have an accurate list of all the teams. I've been trying to figure out the point system as well, so I should be able to predict how to get as many points as possible based on our past rankings and point totals. Well, that's too complex to think about for me, but have fun! Ugh, I will. We should head out. I can feel the Game Master looking at us with irritation. Indeed. We left the mystery stage. He walked along beside me. Did you enjoy being the leader, Larika? Did you enjoy it? You didn't? I did enjoy it, but that doesn't matter if you thought I did a bad job. Why? Because a leader should please everyone at all times? So you weren't pleased then. Were you trying to please everyone? No, I was trying to keep within the time limit. The best way to please everyone is to meet our goals. That goal was met. Yes. So you are pleased. You know the answer then. Yes, I suppose I do. I didn't really have an idea, which in a way meant I did, in fact, know. We joined the rest of the team in the Skyride. It would have been nice to know who everyone voted for, if they were all as displeased with me as V was, but I never found out. Chapter 4. Chapter 5. The Overlook Office, Part 1. The mysterious Game Master has collected the team's votes and looked inside the office of the inner workings of the contest as the first round of Stage 4 ends. Okay. Oh. Useless vote result, Team TAD's data, ASVD. It all seems to be the same. The vote was in. Game Master fonts? Alright, you scoundrels, stop watching funny videos on the computer and come look at this. Game Master Kane. V voted for Downs. Downs voted for herself. Tads voted for himself. Struce voted for V. Anodyne voted for Struce. No need to shout. We can all see it. Yes, there was more than one Game Master. Often I wish there were only one. I didn't mean to shout. I just like it. We all like it. But they don't. They'd like it even less if they knew the true purpose behind this vote. I'm sad that we have to make them do this. Oscar. But at the same time, it's interesting. Because something is happening. It was so boring watching them solve that mystery. Boring? I liked to see how they think. Like watching rats in a maze. No, they aren't rats, they're people. They aren't an experiment, it's just an expression. He's got 3 cigarettes, my goodness. I don't like it. It has no compassion. Ooh! Conservative and conservative objector leaves bygones, adds hat. Oh, great. Or was the eccentric billionaire guy again? Nobody even knew what he was talking about. It was best to ignore him. Tristan! Tristan! My name isn't Tristan. It's fonts, okay? Spelled with an E. Consistent. Weariest. I think he's trying to tell us something. This is painful. Fine. You're all very boring. Thank you, sir. All I mean is that we are not scientists and they are not rats. Do not treat detectives as subjects of study. We are teachers. Remember that. What are we teaching them? We are teaching them who is the best detective, of course. Utterly confusing as always. As much as they could irritate me, at least the others made sense. I didn't learn who the best detective was, and I go through almost all of your lousy contests and didn't even get a t-shirt for it. She's standing right next to you. Hello. She lost. Yes. She lost with dignity. Alright, I see this is all just to make fun of me. I understand. Still mad about the stun I pulled in round 3? Ah, that was a comical moment. I don't hold grudges. Game Master Conver? Can we please remove the autopsy report? Memo lacking terminologies. Does that mean yes? Yes, it doesn't. This mystery only highlighted how unfair it is for one team to have a medical expert. Won't happen. Most of the other teams don't even manage to unlock it anyway. No. I will never get rid of the autopsy report. Never, ever, 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 ever. Who's heard of a murder with no autopsy? That's highly suspicious. Then at least... Fine. It's fine. At least unlock it automatically for everyone? Yes. You can't just automatically know things. It's unrealistic. That's why my competitions make them piece together everything just like real life. Okay. It'd be more realistic if they could actually interview the suspects instead of hearing pre-recorded sound bites from uncanny mannequins. But then I guess they'd solve your mysteries right away, yes? Keep noticing I'm facing extinction. What? What is that? Just use the metaphor. I would like to help you, but I don't know what you mean. Ugh. Are you okay, Mr. Crosswords? I'm a horrible person. No, you're not. You're totally fine. No! Tell me I'm horrible. You want a bunch of women to tell you you're horrible? Is this a fetish or something? Team Pemmican needs our attention, so It's Cup Coaster systemization time. I hope they don't struggle with this mystery. It's a bit complex. Complex? Really? I gave it 1 star. Ah, yes, but that's you. You know, it's full of twists and turns. What twists? What turns? They were tying their own brains into knots. There was no need when the solution is so incredibly simple. You keep saying that. I liked the mystery. Stop hating the thing I like! When you've been around long enough, nothing impresses you. Life loses its shine. You're young, so you don't get it. I don't even want to get it. I don't want it. You can have it all to yourself. Why, thank you. I will. Why was I surrounded by these youthful 20-whatevers? It was like I was on some soapy TV show. Detectives I knew weren't attractive at all. They were ugly and proud of it. They had experience. It showed in the lines in their faces. It showed in the wounds on their skin and the stains on their boots. Where were those detectives? Who would understand? Fonts, can you... Never mind. Except for Mar. I liked her. Can I what? Tell me the password. It seems I logged myself out somehow. Ugh. It's... Pseudo hypoparathyroidism 1 2 3 4 5. Sorry, you're gonna need to spell that out for me. I really don't want to. Then, can I use your computer? PSEU. This was the Billionaires Contest. We were all just along for the ride. So the billionaire likes to be told he's horrible by a bunch of women. Got it. Understood where he falls on the things. No files found. Wiretap tool. Click to activate. Target mic. Screen mirror. Mirroring in progress. Oh. She's having a great time. Aha! I'm in. She did the thing! She said she's in! Oh! And there's file 1. Okay. It took like what, an hour and a half, I want to say? Patrons. Ooh. Story names, characters, innocent, trade, or fictional. No identification was used. Okay, good. Thanks for playing. Yay! That's file 1. Complete. Unlocked file 2. Unlocked Hangout 1. Unlocked new bios. What's Hangout 1? What? Is it extras? Credits, music room, hangouts? Unlock outfits by completing both good and bad hangout routes for each character. Increase or damage morale by chatting with your teammates. Good morning, detectives. Mysterious air flies out in the evening. Until then, prepare yourselves for the next round. I wonder what's on TV. Seems to be the only channel. Oh. Anything else to do? A fool fears idleness. A wise man knows the value of waiting. Yes, I have that proverb book as well. It's a good book. Okay. Friendly, sick, observant, calm, enigmatic, hacker, smart, and right. This looks like what was it? Total Drama Island. Like straight up. Meditative, insightful, genius. I guess we'll hang out with Tads. I wanted to chat with Tads about some things. About your method. Tell me about your method. How does it work? You've said that you're meditating. Are you thinking of the solution in a meditative state? That's an interesting idea. But meditation is an after effect of my method. To calm myself down and reset my focus. Your method uses a lot of energy? Okay. So your method uses a lot of your energy. I must hold many things in my mind at once. I can't determine how long my meditation will last afterwards. Sometimes it requires quite a long recharge. I would have liked to have been awake for the entire mystery. Well, I would have liked that as well. About the contest. Yeah, why do you want to win? So why are you participating in the contest? Everyone seems to have their own reason to want to win. I wrote a book. It's called I Think I'll Go Ahead and Help Myself by NinaMeep Tads. Self-help book. Oh. Interesting. As a novelist, this contest seems like a perfect subject. Why? No! Why? Are you a publicist for the contest? Of course not. What is the benefit of promoting a legal contest? Illegal or not, the Game Masters create a space with many interesting personalities. Don't you think it would make for an interesting read? Just because it's entertaining doesn't mean it's right. What if the criminal wins? Would you still write it? The criminal won't win. This is where you and I differ, Larika. The losing condition is completely made up. I can't imagine whoever runs this contest has the power to set a criminal free. And what purpose does it serve? To motivate us to win, and to provide an interesting flavor to the contest. The interesting flavor is a sour one. I don't think it's necessary. Perhaps. The useless vote. A diabolical move. I agree. If we're going to outmaneuver the Game Master, then everything depends on information, and we have the means to share it. You're saying we should tell each other who we voted for? Exactly. I don't know how useful the useless vote results actually are. We should at least wait until next round. If there is an actual consequence for the vote, I think we will find out then. I suspect the reason for the vote is to encourage drama. The Game Master wants us to tell each other who we voted for. I guess we're guilty as misdirection. Okay, good. So instead of concentrating on how he was the one who held the vote to begin with, we quibble about the results. Very astute of you, Larika. Even if all of us said we voted for ourselves, there would still be no reason for distrust to creep in. The Game Master probably wouldn't confirm anyone's vote. We'd be playing right into his hand. Exactly. I'm glad we agree. Tad's morale improved. Your choices during dialogue made him feel better about being your teammate. So I can do it again? This will reset all the progress you've made. I don't think I'll do any better, but we can try. That's your method. I'm gonna say skippy skip. How does it work? Skippy skip. Out of energy. Skippy skip. The contest. Why do you want to win? Skippy skip. That's true. There we go. The story of an illegal contest? Exciting, isn't it? Maybe you'll find and expose the Game Master. That'd be the best ending of the story. Well, you know how I feel about true crime. I'd rather you didn't write it at all. But if you must, and that's the ending I prefer as well. About the vote. Skip, skip. Misdirection. Skip, skip. Okay, cool. So he's even better now, which is good. Interesting. So you could hang out and increase it. What if I say back? Extras. Outfits. Changes the outfits the characters wears in-game. CGs in some sections will remain unchanged. Beautiful. Yeah, her limbs are just... Right, because like if this is her entire arm, and then this, like her hands must come to like here. CG gallery. Wow. Okay. Design gallery. Oh, explore the design designs of the many characters in the Canada files. Click the arrow buttons to cycle through the designs. Two hands then. He had a bigger mustache. That's so cool. Bar, Kane, Convert, Manager. That's all we got for now. Interesting. So if I go to the bio, I go to him. Okay. Oh, you can get like super deep. Politeness, wit, competency, punctuality, intellect, likability. Okay. You can get really into it. Title gallery, background, sprite, behind the scenes. Well, I guess we'll start on the next file. Right, because we did 1. I guess we'll start on 2. Chapter 6, Eye in the Sky. Not complete the hangout before proceeding would negatively affect team morale. Oh! Okay, so talk to everybody. My bad. So, I'm gonna save, so that way if I mess up, I'm at least good on him. I want to chat with Andrea about some things. Okay, about your method. Tell me about your method. So you're a medical expert. So you're an expert toxologist. That's right. With the help of my portable testing kit, I can identify all kinds of toxins. Portable testing kit. I thought you poisoned yourself to identify them. I poisoned myself to remember. The testing kit is what's helping me identify them. To remember. Yep. She was evading me. This was clearly something she was hiding. You remember the names of the poisons? You need to poison yourself to remember the names of the poisons? I'm gonna say it again because that's a 2 now. Yes. As soon as I poison myself, everything I learned in medical school comes flooding back. How many times have you heard someone say, I've forgotten everything I learned in school? People do say that. I suppose it is useful to have a reliable way to remember. Of course, I sense I didn't know the full story. Perhaps I need to ask her about something else. Hey, I've been meaning to ask. Why do you want to win the contest? Why? Okay, why is good. Why is good? Why did you decide to enter this contest? Is it for the money? Oh, no, not really. But if you win this contest, then you are seen as a legitimate detective, right? Yeah. I guess so. Are you not legitimate enough? I'm not legitimate enough to be allowed to practice as a toxologist. Detective is the best I can get. So I figured I better prove I'm good at it, at least. Really? You can't practice toxology? But you graduated medical school, right? Well, a certain person sabotaged me. I never actually graduated. They hurt you? Okay, good. Sabotage? Could it be that they hurt you? You really do have an intuitive sense of people, Erika. That's right, my roommate, who was supposedly my friend, we'd somehow managed to board together for the entire 4-year curriculum. The week before the exam, I found out she'd been poisoning me the entire time. I wasn't sure what to say. Yeah, it's unspeakably awful, I know. Yes, awful. I'm sorry that happened to you. Oh, by linking what Adina had told me to the other things she said, I could pinpoint the true origin behind her method. Oh, explore with your mouse cursor to find the path showing the most likely origin for this statement. Poison myself. My roommate poisoned me unthinkably. Most likely origin for this statement. That wasn't right. That wasn't right. Anodyne, huh? Could it be that your roommate poisoned you is why you forgot everything you learned in medical school? You're spot on. Wow, that's absolutely right. After I found out, I immediately confronted her. She ended up getting expelled, but when I took the exam, my mind was completely blank. It's like my brain separated itself into 2 states. Perhaps as a survival mechanism? As a result, only my poisoned mind holds the knowledge I learned in those 4 years. So you don't poison yourself because you want to, it's because you have to. I've grown to enjoy it. Life is too short to be miserable. Thanks for telling me. Now I have a sense of how you think. Uh-huh. Or uh-oh, should I be worried? Just kidding. About the vote. Yeah, I'm gonna save here since we did good on that. Well, that latest vote, I wonder what its true purpose was. I don't know. Should we tell each other who we voted for? Let's not and save again. If the Game Master wants us to do it, we probably shouldn't. I agree. Thanks for your help. Thanks for your help on the mystery. Sure thing. We'll do even better next time around. Save again. Yes, I think so. This team is starting to work really well together. Yeah. Made her feel better about being your teammate. Yay! I'm glad she feels better. Looking at the time, I guess once we're done with the hangout, we'll probably have to stop. All right, V. I wanted to chat with V about some things. Okay, about your method, and we're gonna just do this. Tell me about your method. How do you find evidence so quickly? Good. Right answer. Practice. You can do it yourself. Every time you enter a new space, draw a top-down view of it. Measure it and adjust it until it's accurate. Do this enough times and you'll be able to form a mental picture quickly. Train your vision to see further by spending time outdoors. Being outdoors most of your life is a big advantage. Really so simple. Okay, good. Can it really be so simple? Simple things can still be hard. It takes a lifetime to learn. For you, perhaps many lifetimes. Well, as long as you're around, I don't have to learn it. That's touching of you, Eureka. Specializing in an area of expertise is the best assistance. Very true. It seemed like she had interpreted my comment in a positive way. So about winning this contest, I'm just gonna... You have a reason for being? Why do you want to win? You have a reason? Oh, no! Options. Load. Why do you want to win the contest? Just now! There are many good reasons to win the contest. You have one yourself. Yes, but I already know mine. To expose the true identity of the Game Master and shut down this unethical contest. What is yours? Matchmaking. What? You can meet many people here with similar interests. Don't you want to find your soulmate? How interesting. Oh no! God. Are you joking? Oh, thank God. Is that a joke? Isn't it true that everyone here is in the same line of work and so has similar interests? It's the perfect speed dating scenario. That was your first thought when you saw this contest? You find it difficult to believe? Why? I guess there's no reason it couldn't be true. You just seem like someone who would have a more serious reason. But why do you think winning will help you with dating? The other teams have been sectioned off. As the contest continues, perhaps they will appear. More fish swimming in the sea. It didn't really matter what her goal was, but it was strange to have such a silly reason for entering the contest. Just when I thought I was getting to know her a little better. I'd completely misjudged her. Well, good luck. You think it's silly. Is finding love silly to you? It's just an unexpected place to look for it. But I'm rooting for you, as you should. My lukewarm encouragement seemed to land well with her. So that was good, at least. So about the vote. You didn't reveal your vote. In the useless vote. In past votes, you always did. Ah, you noticed. Already, but okay, sure. I think this vote is a trap. Let's not talk about it. You are trying to be smart. Am I succeeding? Yes. The vote is a trap. That is a smart observation. The vote results shouldn't be shared. Good team leadership. Thanks. Unexpectedly, I was being praised. Good work as well? Oh, God! Why? Why don't... Ugh. I guess she just prefers silence. Good talk. I'm avoiding getting on her nerves by not saying anything. Perhaps that was a useful strategy to keep in mind. Choices, dearie. About being your teammate. Alright. What's up, Struce? Hacker, smart, neurotic. She's fine. She's great. I'm just gonna quickly do this because life is wild. I wanted to chat with Struce about some things. About your method. Tell me about your method. What is your approach? Good. Happy. Awesome. Love it. You've told me before that you aren't just using your method to bypass systems and codes, it's also how you view the crime itself, right? Righto. And yet I can't quite connect your method to any kind of overall approach. It's simple. You can't know all the bugs until you try to execute the code. You can't find the problems in your solution until you run it through your mind. Every mystery is nothing more than a plausible sequence of events, right? I find the errors in the sequence, in the code of the mystery, as they pop up and correct them. So yeah, that's my systematic approach overall, I guess. Seems efficient? Inefficient? You're telling me you run through the entire scenario linearly, over and over? Look, it's all I know how to do, okay? That's just how my brain is. It works for you, great. Now! Does that work for you? Save. Of course, my brain is like a rat in a maze. It's not efficient, but it's fast. At least opposed to a snail on a speedway. I'm not saying your brain is like a snail on a speedway. It's just a counterexample for clarity. I'm not mad at you. Oh, you almost scared me there. Friend! Since I acted as team leader, she was looking up to me more. Maybe that's why she was acting so skittish around me. I assume you didn't break into this contest like I did, so I have to ask. Why do you want to win? Oh, good. I was dared. Dared? Yeah, I'm part of this online group of hackers. We're called Silo Incognito. We give each other challenges like, find this person from a 2007 meme, put a custom message on the Jumbotron, hack into a government-run database. You know, cool and legal things. What do you get if you win the challenge then? If I win? Nothing. If I lose, I have to eat poutine on camera. What's wrong with that? They're making fun of me for being Canadian. High stakes. Oh, God. Dang it. I want ultimate friendship. Oh, wow. I have to go through all this again. Okay. Oh, I should have gone with the other one. Sorry to hear that. Just stick to one, Nina. Stick to one. It's not fun to be made fun of. Exactly. That's why I'm gonna win. Then I'm gonna make them eat bratwurst on camera. The guy who challenged me is from Germany. So that's why. It's not weird, I promise. I decided not to ask more questions. Maybe we should share who we voted for? Makes sense, right? Then if the vote has some kind of consequence, we'll know why. And the Game Master seemed to indicate we should. Big save, big save. I think it's better if we don't. No matter who we each voted for, knowing that information will just create friction. Good point, I guess. It's a very leader thing to say. Thanks. How did I get maxed with you, but no one else? Thanks, Druce. Who knows, maybe the Game Master will make it official. I don't think that's possible. Yeah. Oh well. Made her feel better about being your teammate. Good. So how did I get her max? But I got green with everyone else. I hope that's accurate. Oh, we got some time. We can do stuff. Can I save real quick? So save. Okay. Well, let's off we go. Okay. It's not like File 2, Chapter 6, Eye in the Sky. After a long day at Grouse Mountain, the detectives returned to the hotel, but unbeknownst to the others, Struce hacked into the Game Master's office. The counter-spying begins. Brum, brum. Oh, she's just laughing evilly, okay. I was a genius. It had taken until stage 4, but I was in. Monitoring in progress. I was mirroring the Game Master's computer screen. I could see everything they did. They couldn't see anything I did. Now that they unlocked it with their annoyingly overcomplicated and pretentious password, I could snoop around as much as I wanted. There are more important things to explore first. Referencing my own team tracking, Team Kohaniri had taken the lead from what I'd last gotten a look at the ranking. The Game Master seemed to be collecting all kinds of data about the mystery. Popular evidence. Huh? There was information even the Game Master couldn't know? Was there someone even more powerful than him? The votes for each round. Not allowed, no, yes, no. But weren't they multiple choice? Why were they only record answers yes and no? They didn't need to search the internet on Game Master's computer. The more interesting stuff was right here. Their trash was empty. Huh, there's information. Oh my god. I thought it was just repeating stuff, sorry. Your computer didn't have a webcam, but it did have a microphone. Oh, okay, so that's all that was said. Awesome. The others would be so impressed with an alert, possible suspicious activity. Check monitors. Oh, crap. Crap. Fine. Check the feeds anyway. Looking normal. Painfully normal. Great news! We can all go to bed and actually get a full night's sleep then. Oh, that's true. Never thought of doing that before. Well, I'm happy to illuminate your mind. What? Who were these voices? Did they work for the Game Master? These readers were the ones running the contest? It's going to be another long night. Crack open another box of Canada Wet. Great. What to do? What to do? I couldn't disable the camera. Too suspicious. I got lucky they hadn't noticed anything, for now. But effectively, I was trapped. Morning. I'm feeling very awake. That's great news, Mr. Tads. Your blood pressure appears to be at normal levels as well. Of course, because I am tremendously healthy. I wearily and literally stumbled into the room. Those annoying voices have been talking all night about the upcoming mystery. I forced myself to stay awake to listen to them. There you are. To you too, Sleepy. I did not want to deal with Anodyne's positive attitude at the moment, but even though she could be a bit much at times, there was no doubt. Her autopsy reports made her the most useful member of the team. Is something wrong, Struce? Of course she would notice. Larica, the most driven member who inspired me to hack the Game Master. She would disarm you with her often neutral-sounding effect. You always end up telling her more than you intended to. We had a good chat yesterday. I want to tell her about what I found out, but how? Nothing's wrong. I did super duper great. Who stole my salad from the fridge? Not me. I didn't like it. So it was you. I didn't like it, so why would I steal it? How could you know you didn't like it if you didn't steal it? Annoying. Something is annoying you? Ugh, this code. This code I'm working on. People who don't know anything about hacking are always impressed by someone typing really fast. Didn't matter that I was typing absolute gibberish. Are you typing gibberish? Ah! Ah! Alright, shut up everyone. Our schedule's a bit tight today, so no standing around. Saved by the bellhop. There should be more time to pack. I'm sorry, V, but plane's leaving. Let's go. V was always trying to tell people what they wanted. She was usually wrong, but people were polite enough to go along with it. Ah, please be careful with my stuff. If you didn't have such long, tedious conversations, this wouldn't happen. Now hurry up. We followed him out of the hotel suite, throwing our things on a luggage cart. I took one last glance as we were rushed away. Oh, we have like our own rooms with our names? Goodbye, Vancouver. Aww. We'd been in the plane for 6 hours, plenty of time to get to know the voices in my head. There was Fonz, who was always saying something mean, Mar, who didn't speak much, Kane, who often barked orders at everyone, and Tosca, who was always trying to keep the peace. As a member of a secret organization myself, I was surprised they didn't use code names, but I guess hacker organizations are just cooler in general. I was still stumped as to how to tell my teammates anything I learned. We were being closely watched by the attendant. Larica's repeated attempts to find the Game Master had subjected our team to increased scrutiny. Scrutiny? Security. What was she doing? Run away? Jump off the plane? Guys? Pretty sure Downs is trying to communicate another plan to break into our office. She's so cheeky. Well, that's annoying. Stop her. The mechanisms of the Game Master were set into motion. In the reflection of my screen, I saw the attendant receiving his orders. Excuse me, Detective Downs? You'll be personally escorted out of the plane once we land to our destination. What? That's very nice of you, but you really shouldn't bother. We insist. Very strongly. Even Larica's coded message had been thwarted. I glanced around at the others. Kaz was half-heartedly attempting to make a house of cards. View was staring at her nails. Anodyne was holding her head in her hands. My dear teammates, hands or hand up? Only I could tell them what I discovered. Once we got to our destination, I'd figure out what to do. Montreal. Oh, we're in Montreal. The lieutenant kept his eyes on Larika the rest of the flight. Whatever plan she'd been planning had been foiled. We were escorted to a waiting limo as soon as we stepped off the plane. Oh? Oh? How fancy! You talk to them, Tosca. They're used to your personality. Oh, of course. Wow! Wow, detectives! You did it! You really did it! You've reached round 2. I think this stage is our most exciting one yet, don't you? Yes. It's much better than stage 2. Glad you agree. Due to time constraints on our location, we'll be heading right to the mystery. No time to rest? I'm very sorry. I don't feel sleepy at all. We're ready. Excellent. You will arrive shortly. Thank you. You're welcome. The detective with the huge eyebrows is always kind to me. That's Anodyne, the one who poisons people. No, you're thinking of our very own Indigo. Anodyne's a detective. Oh, right. Indigo. Who was that? Another one of the Game Master's servants? But Font said they poison people. Why would someone like that be a Game Master? Oh, so confusing. Everyone, I couldn't force the words out. What is it? I know Tads is finally back, but wasn't it kind of nice to have someone else leading the team last time? It was very nice, for me. Tads does have an odd managerial style when he's awake. I also have one when I'm asleep. Why don't we rotate team leader? Interesting idea. If Tads doesn't mind, I don't mind. It's just a role. Wow, they were already agreeing to my idea. Then maybe I could be team leader this time? Feel free to say no. You actually want to be team leader? You aren't the type to want to lead. You'd rather be typing your code. She was right. But I do. So I guess your assumptions about me were wrong. Guess so. You can be team leader. You can even be good at it. If you find the confidence. Oh, I've found plenty of confidence. Thanks to my list. Your list of detective team rankings? There isn't one dominant team. The top few teams shuffle around. Whether the ranking is really about speed or about skill, we have a chance. We can overcome the others easily, because we are a great team. Hooray! I am shedding a tear. Oh, look at Strauss breaking out of the Rodomontati. What's gone into her? It's true, we were a great team. But even if we weren't as amazing as I thought we were, we had a huge advantage. Well, I'm inspired, so I'm sure you'll do a great job, Struce. Very well. You'll be team leader this round. Thank you. I'll do my best. Will my gambit pay off? Limo 2's outside the building. Are the staff members ready? Yes, they are. Is the mystery fully reset? We'll be in 3 minutes. Good enough. Commence introduction. Toshka. Okay. Wow, 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 you've arrived, detectives. Welcome. Ubihard? Montreal Depois? To Ubihard Games, Montreal, the video game studio behind famous games such as Tom Clancy's Splinter Toe, Watch Cats, Long Cry 3, and many more. Oh, Ubisoft. It's Ubihard. Cool. I assume you know what any of that meant, Struce? Yeah, I'm in my element. This mystery is called Killed IRL. You get 2 hours? Step on in. Good thing you're our leader this time. We'll need your expertise. Don't worry, I've got this. I knew the exact location would be a video game company beforehand, even though I didn't really want to. With my insider info, I was the best person to lead Team Tads that round. Complete chapter 6. Wow, we are just... And we were right at time. Oh, this is perfect place to stop. Cheat code? Oh, cheat code. File 2, Chapter 7, cheat code. Thanks to a risky gamble, Struce can now hear the Game Masters, or Game Master servants, as she calls them, will her forbidden knowledge help her as the second round begins. I am a cheater at heart, and we're gonna save it right there. Kabam! Kabam! I'm gonna go to the main menu. I'm gonna have a backup save, or 3, because how horrible would that be? So hold on, now that I have her at max, do I have another outfit for her? No? How do I get you cool outfits? Anyway, we're gonna call that for today. We did really good, and we'll probably be playing this tomorrow and most likely Friday. But I mean, we're on case 2 of 4, so we're doing good. We're doing good. But thank you everyone for sticking around, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next game. Oh my goodness, why did it get so loud? But let me get you rated out. This is Mousy.